Hey everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel, and today we're going to be talking all about the 3 types of Instagram posts that are going to skyrocket your engagement. There are 3 types of Instagram posts that always perform high for me, no matter the topic, the content, the subject matter, and those are quotes, memes, and carousels. Now, I want to dive into those 3 different types of posts and really talk you through how they can be beneficial for you as a business owner, for you as a content creator. So let's dive right in. So number 1, quote post. These always perform super high for me, because they not only graphically and visually do they catch and capture your audience, but what you're going to notice is with quote graphics, they have to be something that is shareable or relatable or something that people are going to want to save. So you have to think of quote posts as pulling emotion. They're going to either pull a happy emotion, a sad emotion, a thoughtful emotion, or kind of just give people a laugh. But the thing to make quote posts perform very highly is to capture attention from your audience. And obviously a lot of my quote posts relate back to social media, to my business, or if there's anything going on in the world that I want to discuss. And there are a couple different ways that you can present these types of quote posts. So as funny as it is, on Instagram, some of my highest performing quote posts are actually tweets. So there's one of 2 ways of doing this. I have a Twitter account solely for screenshotting my tweets. I really don't post content there. So you can actually do a screen grab of it and throw it up on a really fun colored background. I use my branding colors and slap it up on Instagram, or just leave the background white. Those perform super high across social media. Or what you can do is go into Canva, and if you don't have a Twitter account, they have a ton of different templates and mockups to make it look like a tweet. Those tend to not perform as high because they don't look as native, or they don't look like you pulled it directly from Twitter. But just grab a Twitter account. You can keep it on private if you want, and you can just grab some screenshots there. My next favorite type of quote post is to actually find an image, a stock photo, or an image that you have. And I find all of mine on Canva. And if you have Canva Pro, you can get any of these stock images for free. But something that looks like, a graffiti on a wall, or some of my favorite ones, I did this one of, it looks like a girl in a museum, and, we put something up just to kind of make it eye-catching. Or if you find a notebook that it looks like somebody's writing in, you can put, some typography or different fonts on top to make it look like it's something you actually took a picture of. But these perform really high because you can have these really fun, kind of almost dramatic type of quotes to go in these environments that it doesn't look like it belongs in. And so these perform very high for me. Then there are certain quote posts that you can play around with the typography. You can make it kind of a squiggly line or have it repetitive. Again, these tend to perform really high because not a lot of people are doing these. So as your viewers are scrolling through their feed, these are really going to pop out, and they're ones that are often, rather than being saved a lot for me, they are the most shared, because I make sure that they look good enough that somebody is going to want to share it on their Instagram story. And it's something unique that, should one of my followers share it to their story, they are going to get engagement on that post as well. It's something that's unique, that's going to stand out, that not only that the person that follows me finds value in, but that person that reshares it to their story thinks that their followers are going to find value in it or really like it. And that's just such a powerful way to continue to grow your following and to continue to get higher engagement. And the last one I want to talk about for quote posts, this is a tactic that I use all the time, and some people question it and some people absolutely love it and have tried it for themselves. So what I will do is I have a bunch of different brand colors, and my brand colors aren't everybody's cup of tea. They tend to lean a little bit more warm. They have like a retro vibe to them. So I know that not everybody wants to share. I have a very signature like amber brownish color, and then I have a blue color that not a lot of people would want to reshare that on their feed, reshare it in their stories. So what I like to do is take the same exact quote and I will make it in multiple different colors. And I always throw in some kind of neutral. I tend to have my like cream color of my brand colors, really tying that in so that what happens is, yes, this is the same quote over and over again in a carousel, but what people will do is they will go and they will share that to their story. I'll go in and see what people are sharing and what they're tagging me in, and I'll see all the different colors that I have put out there. So some people really resonate with my darker, warmer colors, and then other people really just want that cream color to keep it neutral. So this is a really fun tactic to make sure that your content is shared more frequently because more people will resonate with it in those different color palettes. All right, moving into memes. Now these, I'm not gonna lie, when I first started doing these, they are a little bit tougher to create. And especially if you're a business owner, it's really hard to relate memes and this like this comedic type of content back to your business. But once you get in the flow of it, it is really fun and really powerful. I tend to use memes most when I'm selling something because it's such an easy way to sell your product in a way that the customer is going to relate to that piece of content, whether they buy from you or not. And let's say they resonate with it enough to then go and purchase your product. It's an easy sell. Whereas, I see all the time Instagram posts say 30% off. Go to my shop, I just launched. Whereas if you create a meme around it, especially a meme that tackles your ideal customer's pain points and problems, and inside the meme maybe offer a little bit of a solution, those are the most powerful. And there's a couple different ways you can do these memes. So number one, the tried and true, the image type of meme. These are probably some of the most popular that you're gonna see along throughout the internet, and it just blends in really nicely with the feed. It can be, obviously my memes, most of them come from The Office, or I'll pull in a Beyonce image or a Rihanna image, but these are really powerful, and because again, your customer can relate back to them. And along with the image, there's the GIF type of memes. Again, I produce all of these through Canva. And if I don't quite find a GIF that I want through their integration, I can use Giphy or anything else. And along with the GIFs, there's also videos. There's so many different things that you can do. I do like to have a combination of more of the rectangle square GIFs along with some of the GIF stickers where it's like more of a cutout background. I just play around with these and balance them throughout my feed because I don't want, while obviously we're not trying to have a perfect feed, if you do too many of those like block heavy GIFs, it does get a little bit clunky. So I like to mix in here and there like those sticker type of memes. And this is sort of a newer trend on Instagram and in just content creation in general, is creating these types of posts that look like an iPhone notification, an iPhone reminder, something that you'd see pop up on your phone, or using native Instagram story features, some of the stickers and the polls and things like that. These are really powerful because it encourages engagement. While yes, they can't actually tap on those elements like you would in an Instagram sticker story or an Instagram story sticker, or like on your iPhone, but it still captures people's attention and really subconsciously makes them think, okay, I want to engage with that piece of content. So if you have a notification and something pops up and it says, okay, or sign me up, or yes, people are more likely to comment or take action. In and of itself, that piece of content is a call to action to have your followers or your customers do something. All right, and moving right along into carousels. Now, there are so many different strategic ways to use carousels. I know content creators use them in many different ways, but I'm just going to speak from my experience. What I like to do with carousels is really teach and educate people on a very specific topic. This is how I often do a lot of my tutorials, or I provide case studies, or I really start to elaborate on certain types of content that I've produced that people want a little bit more information on. I'll dive into some of my Canva tutorials, or, showing people how to do a certain thing on social media. And the sweet spot for me is between 4 to 7 slides. Anything less than 4, I don't have enough space to give people value, and anything more than 7, I start to lose people. And this is an area where you can take your expertise and dive in on a topic. So let's say an Instagram story performed really high, or you had a lot of questions come through on like an Instagram, the question sticker in your stories. You can take some of those points or some of those things that people frequently ask you and really create a very nice carousel that walks them through step by step of something that you teach, something that you're an expert in. And these, again, are very powerful because people will save these, comment on them, share them. There's so many different ways you can steer your audience. Personally, what I like to do at the end and what I recommend to everybody for Instagram carousels is including a call to action slide at the very end. And I'm sure you've seen these around. There's a couple different icons on the bottom to point people to either like, comment, save, share. But what I like to do is I obviously have those icons at the bottom, but I'll have a call out telling people exactly what I want them to do after the carousel, saying, hey, make sure you sign up at the link in my bio for X, Y, and Z. Or if this resonated with you, let me hear it in the comments below. If you have any other questions, send me a DM, pointing them a certain direction, giving them something to do, because the followers that you have that resonate with that piece of content, they want to take further action. You just have to point them in that way. And again, you can get really creative with your carousels. I've played around with these before where it overlaps. So as you swipe through certain elements, it looks like they kind of, in the design phase, it gets cut off. Like I like to always put a picture in between the slides. So it just kind of looks like this really fun effect of it's just like one continuous long picture. You could keep it simple and just put text on top of, just a plain background. It doesn't have to be complex, but make sure carousels are providing some value. Where I see a lot of people trip up is all they're putting are just images and videos in their carousels. And while that might work for Kendall Jenner or an Instagram model, as a content creator and as a business owner, you have to provide value in there somewhere. So make sure you can use multimedia types of stuff. You can use videos, photos, graphics, and really mix it up and play if you don't want to have just one long graphic element, because it does take some time to create these carousels. I don't create them as frequently as I would like because they are so time consuming, and I do put so much time and energy into making them valuable. And I think that's the beauty in a carousel. But when I post them, they're some of the most saved and shared types of content that I have. And by the way, I never really sell in carousels. It's very rare that I will, but they sometimes lead to the highest boost in sales for me for some of my products. All right, so those are just 3 types of Instagram posts that will really boost your content right now. So if this is a video that you enjoyed, please let me know in the comment section below. And if you have any other questions, obviously leave those too. And I've been playing around with my posting schedule. New videos will be coming out Mondays, Tuesdays-ish until I figure out what works best. Make sure you head over and follow me on Instagram and TikTok, and I will see you guys next week.